This is Eagle Owl, and today we're going to talk about Howie Roseman. He is the most feared GM. Also, Jaire Alexander is ruled out. It's kind of weird, and I will talk about that. Lastly, it's the Seahawks, a legit threat. But let's get straight into it. All right, man. Just wanted to give y'all a quick one before the game tonight. And a couple stories came out as of yesterday. And one of the news that broke was Micah Parsons, the Eagles, Howie, and Jerry Jones. So Jerry Jones, we all know he traded Micah Parsons to the NFC North, which is the Green Bay Packers. Now there was a clause in there saying like, hey, basically if you ever get fed up with Micah Parsons, you can't trade him to the Eagles, you can't trade him to the Commanders. I believe the Giants were in there as well. So basically you can't trade him back to the NFC East. I never knew you can put a clause in there like that, but I believe it was mainly for the Eagles because we know Howie, he really liked Micah Parsons. And no matter how much jump Micah Parsons talk, if Howie got the picks and he disgruntled in Green Bay, Howie will make an offer. Just like Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett on the podium time and time again, voicing his frustration. And Howie's like, hey, we didn't give you 3 first-round picks. If y'all can't do nothing with them. Browns still shrugged their shoulders at that, which is crazy. But they calling it the poison pill or whatever. That's the word they using. I I believe Howie is really the most feared GM. A lot of teams don't like to do deals with him because they don't want to look stupid. They don't want to look crazy. Because even when you go back to that Tennessee deal, it was a great deal. We gave up our first round pick. I think we gave up like another pick as well to get AJ Brown, right? Now, what they do with those picks, that's their problem. Like, you go get a Traylon Burks. Traylon Burks, that's who you got to replace AJ Brown. You really thought your offense was Tannehill and Derrick Henry? Man, nah, it wasn't. As you see, that didn't last too long. Tannehill, I don't know where he at. Derrick Henry is in Baltimore, so they just completely fumbled. Now listen to 25 million. AJ Brown wanted 25 million. They tried to pay him 19-20. Eagles like 25 mil for a legit number one. We'll give you that easy. That's easy work. We'll give you that. So I say that to say this. Howie is a feared GM, but he will overpay sometimes. I mean, and then sometimes how we lose. Like we lost basically. Did we lose to the Jets? Because I saw Reddit didn't really do anything. Brights up didn't really do anything for us. So that wasn't really a loss. But you think of the Kevin Byard thing, right? We traded with Tennessee again. Tennessee might have won that trade because Kevin Byard in Philadelphia didn't really do much. He's doing this thing in Chicago. But in Philadelphia, he ain't do much. I mean, we lost the Bears trade when we got Robert Quinn. He ain't do much for us. The year before, he had 17 and a half sacks. So how we lose trades, but when he win big. He win big. Again, A.J. Brown, Carson Wentz. You got to think of that trade. We traded him to the Colts. All these picks we got from the Colts, that's what? Jalen Carter, that's well, who else? AJ Brown. We traded the pick we got from the Colts to get AJ Brown. So we got a lot of pieces. I think even Devontae Smith is in there with that Carson Wentz. So when, like I said, when he went big, he went big. And when we lose, we lose. We suck it up. But Howie's not afraid to swing, unlike these other GMs. They be afraid. That's the problem. That's really the problem. Howie will swing. He will miss from time to time, but he will hit. And I say that to say this as well. If Micah Parsons was ever on the trade block, for whatever reason, and Jerry Jones blocked it because he put a clause in the contract like, hey, don't trade him to the Eagles. That's why I say the most feared GM. All right, so let's talk about a guy Howie Roseman got in the trade who I was expecting to see was Jaire Alexander. So it came out yesterday that Jaire Alexander won't play Monday, which is weird because I'm gonna play a clip what he said. I want to say about Wednesday. He said this.
It was an adjustment though, just because I didn't have those reps and OTAs to go through football speed. It was more so like I was working out and training, but once you get on the football field, it's different movements, it's different type of actions that I had to go through. So it wasn't rushing, but no one really knew because I didn't do OTAs.
So how do you feel now, generally, compared to maybe a whole lot of uncertainty?
This is the best I felt.
Yeah?
Yeah.
When did you start feeling this way? Like, how long did it take into the season?
I would say probably around like week 3, week 3, week 4, going into week 4.
How long does it take to kind of learn the defense? And
I'm healthy. I'm right. I feel good. And we sitting them down, say coach's decision, let him like heal up and give him an extra week. I would say this: we did that with Brandon Graham. Like, you know what, Brandon Graham coming out of retirement, let him. I guess they made some kinks or whatever to the playbook. Who knows? Let him sit, relearn the playbook, let him get into football shape, and then we'll play him the following game. And it seemed like we're doing that with Jaire Alexander. But my thing is, when I see that, and I've seen a couple people tweet that out, I'm like, well, we letting Jalen Phillips play off the rip. He don't have to get re-ramped on the playbook. Jaire Alexander been in the league for years. So, maybe we just playing the safe. Maybe we just playing the safe. I don't want to overthink this one because we just traded for him. But it's giving me like this weird, like, y'all not telling us what's really going on. Like with Devin White. Remember they just had him starting in the preseason, starting in training camp. The next thing you know, he's a healthy scratch. We're like, huh? But when you look at it long term, Nakobe Dean was the guy. Devin White doing this thing in Las Vegas, but Nakobe Dean was always the guy to fit the system. We just got Jaire Alexander. I hope that's not the case. I think Adoree Jackson is playing, and I told you I wasn't the biggest fan of the Jaire Alexander trade, but y'all lured me in. I was reading some of you guys' comments. They're like, even if he don't work out, right? Say if Adoree Jackson go down or Jacorian Bennett go down, you'll have Jaire Alexander as backup. That's really good depth. So even if he don't start, you got some good depth there. And honestly, I believe they're gonna give Jacorian Bennett a shot. They're gonna give him a legit shot. The problem with Jacorian Bennett, he's been unhealthy. He wasn't really with us during training camp. He came towards the end. We seen him a couple plays here and there. So we'll see what we got in Jacorian Bennett. And Adoree Jackson, honestly, in my eyes, he's not having the worst year in the world. Like when you go back and watch his tape, besides game one against the Dallas Cowboys, he was terrible. But as time went on, he got better. The problem with Adoree Jackson is he can't stay healthy. Like you got to stay on the field, bro. Like, come on, man. You basically right now, statistically, our best second corner or outside corner besides Quinyon Mitchell, of course. You got to stay healthy, bro. We get it. You're older, but stay healthy, man. Gotta stay healthy. But let's talk about the team I seen play. I was watching them. I ain't gonna lie. I was playing Madden and watching this game at the same time. It's the Seahawks. Because I really wanted to watch them because I seen Mia Kimes and all these people like Seahawks are a legit problem, or it could be a legit problem in the NFC. And man, when I say they smoke the Cardinals, golly, they caught a body. But at the same time, they played the Commanders, who got smoked again. And the Cardinals, are they a legit threat? Not really. I think people start putting them more on the pedestal after what they did to the Cowboys, but that's the Cowboys. So I don't know. I just got to sit back and watch this play out. It's the Sam Darnold thing. I know he's good. He's been good for the past 2 years. I don't see Sam Darnold coming into Philly and knocking off Jalen Hurts and the Eagles. I don't know. I don't see that happening, but I can't front. They look good. They play well. I mean, they playing all phases right, from special teams, offense, defense. It's just the Sam Darnold thing. I can't buy beating Jalen Hurts, because we seen Jalen Hurts knock off a hot Jaden Daniels. We seen Jalen Hurts knock off Matthew Stafford multiple times. That's why I look at Jalen Hurts at a high standard, and I really just don't see Sam Darnold again beating the Eagles. I just don't see it. But are they a threat? Sure, maybe. I mean, they more of a threat to the other teams, like the Tampas. The Tampa looked terrible to me. Tampa, they going on a downslope. I think Panthers are coming up. I believe they more of a threat to those guys, like the Panthers. They are threatening their division with the Rams. So we gotta wait and see. And low key, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I kind of hate the Seahawks. That's like one of those teams I hate, and I got a reason why. Maybe it's the DK Metcalf thing. Remember that year they spared Carson Wentz? He got concussed, knocked out of the game. DK Metcalf talking shit to the fans in the playoffs. You know what, man? Fuck the Seahawks. You know what? They beat two whack teams. Let's see what they can do with some legit teams. We're going to see what they can do. But that's all I got for you guys today. And hey, man, what do you think and how do you feel, man? This Jaire Alexander, Howie Roseman, Seahawks really a threat? But this is Eagle Owl, man. I'm out.